Yo, people, what's going on? Back again, footy talk settings. Lewis, what you telling me, bro? I can't hear you, bro. You're muted.
Yes, bro. Yes, man. What are you saying, my guy? You all
I'm
good?
cool. Yeah, but the streets are saying free Caicedo and that, blood. What's going on?
Bro, Brighton are just... I don't even know what they're doing at this point. There's apparently no price tag that's actually been given to Chelsea. They want to drag this down to deadline day. And they're still talking about Colwell, where we've gone back to we want to involve Levi Colwell in the discussion, even though we couldn't have made it even more clear. Even Pochettino said it after the last game. He is staying at Chelsea. He is going to be our player. He has 2 years left on his contract with the option for a third, depending on appearances. And unless we've been hearing something completely different, he's not unhappy at Chelsea.
No,
so there's no reason for us to sell him. The offers that they're giving are stupid. They're offering about 30 million, 40 million. Yet they're trying to say Caicedo's worth 100 million. Like, figure out that sort of valuation. That don't make sense.
Yeah, but bro, to be fair, yeah, you lot are at fault for this because you went and spent 105 million. How much did you spend on Enzo? 100 and how much?
105 million, something like that.
Exactly. So you've gone and spent 105 million on Enzo, yeah, who was unproven in the Premier League. So they're looking at it like, yo, all right, cool. I think they're similar age as well. So they're looking at it saying, yo, if Enzo's worth 105 million, then so is Caicedo. That's probably
I
what
think they're more looking at the Declan Rice fee, if anything, for that.
Yeah, but I think the Enzo fee before was what sent it mad. Everyone's talking about the Declan Rice fee, but forget Declan Rice for a second because we know that Caicedo's better than him, yeah. But
yeah,
Enzo, blood. When we saw the Enzo fee, yeah, over 100 million, yeah, I feel like that lets man know that Chelsea are willing to spend that kind of money. Do you know what I'm saying? Forget Arsenal for a second, because Arsenal spent the Declan Rice fee, but
then you got to look at the
100 million on the young
plan.
midfielder. You spent
because like with Enzo, we're paying that over like 6-7 years. With Brighton, they want the majority paid up front.
How much do they want up front though?
See, we have different reports on, because there's certain reports saying they haven't even given a specific fee. It was reported like 2 weeks ago by one of the Chelsea sources that it was either 85 million in one go or 100 million in 4 installments, and the majority paid up front. So it's not the same in terms of the payment structure, but I get what you're saying in terms of final price tag.
They're looking at it saying that he's worth as much as Enzo probably. The Declan Rice things is mad because Declan Rice's initial valuation was around 70 million. Arsenal ended up paying 105 million. And I don't know if they paid 105 million because they wanted to spread out the payments so they made them pay more overall, or if West Ham held them to ransom. I'm not really sure in it, but one thing
that's what we did for most of those signings. Like, I see people talking about Enzo, Fafana, Mudryk. Most of them are being paid over 6-7 years.
So what man is saying is, it's an interest thing, you know, more than anything. They probably said, you know what, you have to pay the interest on these players. That's why you have to pay a premium in it. If you don't know how APR works in it, like it's a certain percentage every year and that in it. So maybe they added the interest on these payments, and that's why the players are costing more because it's being spread over a bigger distance in it. Maybe it's that. However, like, I think that Caicedo's worth, in this current market, he's worth 90 million. He's worth 90 million because for me, he's better than Declan Rice, innit?
I agree on that as well. I think the main issue from what we've heard has just been payment structure, and they want to involve Levi Colwell in this. I also think Caicedo's agents are a little bit naive. They signed the new contract just based off a verbal agreement that if they got a certain offer for him, they would let him go. And
sounds like someone else in North London, innit? You know what I mean? These verbal contracts, bruv. This is what happens. This is nonsense, bro. Man need to stop doing the verbals, blood. If it's not in writing, it's not happening, innit? And that's just what it is, bro.
That's what happened with McAllister. He got a release clause.
But so did Grealish. You know what I mean? Man talk about Jack here. Obviously, I know Jack's representatives in it, and they're very, very switched on. So Jack never got bumped, you know, like that. But Harry Kane had his brother representing him. And this is the problem, innit, bro? Get that shit in, get the release clause, get it in writing. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the problem with these guys. They probably had a nice little conversation over a bottle of red wine and they thought everything was going to be okay. And now this is where you find yourself. But I believe that a deal gets done.
I think so as well, but we need Caicedo to start playing dirty at this point. You got to start skipping training and all sorts of shit. You need to get your agent out there saying we want to go. I need Chelsea to start playing a little bit dirty themselves. How about you leak to Fabrizio or something that we want to drop a bid for Tchouaméni or Manu Kone or Lavia or something, and then we'll see how serious Caicedo wants this move. Because to me, like I've said throughout the entire window, patience, patience, patience. But it's starting to wear thin. The season's about to come around, and I've been very impressed with the way Chelsea have been playing over the last 2 games. Except the midfield. The midfield worries me because there's too much inexperience in there, and we struggle playing the ball out of the back through the midfield. We lose the ball for fun in that area. So we need this position sorted by the first game of the season. Our first game's Liverpool, for fuck's sakes. That midfield's going to run rings around us if we don't have that. So, yeah, hurry up. The thing is with me, though, with the way our recruitment policy's been, and with how good the additions have looked, in whatever stage of their development, whether they're first coming in and they need to go out on loan, or whether they're coming in as somebody to start in the first team, they've impressed me. So let's say we don't get Caicedo and we go for a plan B player. Like, I wouldn't come out of it thinking, fuck, who are we going to get? We're going to get some bum that I've never heard of. I had the same thoughts when we signed Badiashile. Looked unbelievable. I see the vision with Enzo. I see the vision with Mudryk, Madueke, even the likes of Santos and Caicedo. Even though I don't know if they're ready to make the step into the first team yet, I see where their ceiling's meant to be, and they've already looked impressive in pre-season. Go and find me a gem if you need to. Go and find it, because I believe you're capable of doing it. But regardless of what you feel with the Caicedo situation right now, you need to have a replacement lined up, because Brighton are willing to drag this shit to deadline day, and we can't wait that long. Too many games. We've only got 38 league games. We've got no cup competition, so these games matter more to us. Sort out the midfield before the start of the season.
100%. What do you make of Pochettino's start? Obviously, forget the result, because the results aren't important in pre-season, but how he's got you lot set up, and the kind of mentality that he's got you lot playing with. Are you happy enough with what you've seen?
Bro, I nearly cried after the last game watching Nicholas Jackson up front. When I tell you I have suffered watching Kai Havertz and Mason Mount in my attack for the last year, and then I see the link-up play between him and the likes of Mudryk and Angelo Gabriel and all of the other sorts around him.
He's a monster. He's a monster, you know. Like, I tweeted and I was like, bro, that's the signing of the window. Nicholas Jackson, bro. You see that Mudryk goal, yeah? That's all Jackson, you know. And the thing is,
you see the Gallagher one a couple minutes after.
Yeah, but of course I did. When he was in the box and he had to sort his feet out quickly and right, hey, dumb, bro. Let me tell you something, yeah. I ain't seen a striker like that. I can't remember the last time I've seen a striker like that in terms of his selflessness, yeah, but then he's got the athleticism to go with it. You know, like that is crazy. Like, his link-up play is a joke, bro. Like everyone's talking about the Mudryk goal, yeah, but no one's talking about his movement and just, bro, the touch for him to lay the ball into Mudryk's path, yeah, for the half volley, yeah.
The weight of pass,
it was
man,
beautiful,
it's
bro.
perfect.
It's nasty, bro. What a player. Karim Benzema, that's a good comparison. Do you know what I'm saying? But even you would say even Benzema athletically has not got what Jackson's got. Jackson's, bruv, you know what I'm saying? Man just got them lanky African genes, bruv. This bro looks like he can run for 900 minutes. Fuck a 90 minute. Do you know what I'm saying? His touch is beautiful. His awareness is beautiful. And his movement is nuts as well on the shoulder, bro. Like, he's sick. I can't lie, bro. You see, when you bought him, everyone was talking about his GA. Everyone's talking about his GA. Fuck GA. This he's a baller. You know, like that. Fuck GA.
As soon as he got onto the pitch, the whole team improved. The whole team was more cohesive. The link-up play was ridiculous. And that was the one thing that stood out to me. More than the assist, more than even the one-on-one finish at the end of it. Crazy, it was just the fact that he came in and everybody else was better around him. As far as I'm concerned, sign out of the striker market. I'm not interested this summer. I'm not interested till at least January. Give him
He's
4
the kind
months.
of baller, just bro, sort out what's either side of him. That's all you need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Forget about goals. This guy's gonna score you double figures goals anyway, like in the league. But guess what? It's not important. What this guy gives you, yeah. Make sure there's goals either side of him, and you're okay. What a player, bro! What
Unbelievable,
a player, bro!
man.
I see more than enough. I don't care. Man can say, oh, it's only preseason and all that, bro. There's certain intangibles in football, yeah, that, bro, like you pay a lot of money for, innit? And his awareness of what's around him and his weight of touch, weight of pass, you can't buy that, bro. You can't put a price on that shit. There's not players out there like that. There's not players out there like that, bro. And I take a special interest in centre forwards. Do you know what I mean? Because I've always been one,
We
bro.
pulled
He's
Nicholas
unbelievable.
Jackson out of nowhere, and
What a
then
player.
and that's what I'm thinking. If this Caicedo deal don't go through, cool. Like I feel whoever the number 2 is, I have faith in what Chelsea have done in the window of the last 12 months. That the number 2 option should be good enough, and if anything, would be at the very least of a similar profile. Like Enzo's got a unique profile, so I kind of understand why we rushed that in January. We had to get him then. We're not going to get him in the summer. You can find another Caicedo, probably for half the price as a bare minimum. Go and do it. Look what you've just done with Nicholas Jackson. After 2 games, I'm saying fuck the striker window until at least January. If Jackson can't hit the ground running or anything, go for Ivan Toney then if you want to, or something like that. But as of right now, Nicholas Jackson, Mudryk, Madueke, or one of the other right wingers that we're linked with, I am fine for next season with our attack. All focus goes to midfield and in goal now. Because now I don't want a striker. There's no excuse for me to go into next season with Kepa in goal. Get me an actual goalkeeper.
100%. And you know, the thing is with your striker that people are saying if he doesn't, bro, there's not a way possible that he doesn't play well for Chelsea, because he's not a shoot first striker, innit? As long as everyone else around him is doing what they're supposed to do, yeah, he's a guarantee, bro. Do you know what I mean? As long as you got runners around this guy, there's no way that he cannot play well. Like, there's no way that he cannot be effective. And the one thing you said was he makes the players around him better. Do you know how difficult it is to find strikers like that? And this is exactly why, yeah, I always stuck with Anthony Martial, because when he's fit, yeah, he improves the team. Not just because of he scores. It's got nothing to do with goals. It's the link play and the way he improves everyone else around him. And that's what Jackson is doing. And you know how hard it is, yeah, to find strikers that improve the front line. Because we had Ronaldo up front. I think he scored. Exactly. Ronaldo scored, what, 18 goals or something in the Premier League season, yeah? And had a worst ever finish, bro. Like, do you know how hard it is to find strikers that actually improve the players around them and don't just score goals? Because people think scoring goals is the be-all and end-all of football. But in order to score goals, yeah, you need to have a certain platform that is built. Do you know what I'm saying? And he'll give you that platform. He'll give you that pivot to play off. Giroud was the same. That's the reason why Eden Hazard said that he loved playing with Giroud ahead of loads of other players. And he's played with better players than Giroud. But Giroud was his favorite, because players like that, bro, they're gold dust, fam.
They, like you're saying, the platform, literally, Giroud is the platform. Nicholas Jackson's the platform. This will be a big season for our wingers. Mudryk, Madueke, I'm very interested to see how they're like with a full season under Poch and some actual cohesive coaching. Sterling, massive season for him, because I think if he don't have a good season, he's gone next year. He won't even get a lot of game time this year if he keeps having the performances he had in preseason. Because I won't lie, he's been one of our worst players in preseason. One of our worst.
But bro, like, he's not good, and he's never been good. This is what's mad, isn't it? And that's why hindsight's a madness, because I remember when he was at Man City, yeah, and he had a few seasons where he was scoring 30 goals, yeah, and I said, this guy, yeah, he has benefited from Pep Guardiola, yeah, more than anyone in the history of football, blood. Because if not for Pep Guardiola, these world-class shouts that people were giving for Sterling, they would never, ever, like, bro, no. Like, he's not good, bro. Like, literally, man, you see when man were comparing him to Aaron Lennon, fam? Like, that's literally it, bro. Like, Aaron Lennon, bit of pace, drop the shoulder, go past someone. That's it. Like, and everyone that grew up watching Aaron Lennon can agree that Aaron Lennon was mediocre at best. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Just a
that's it,
peso.
bro. That's it, and that's exactly what he is. Aaron Lennon, bro. Another Aaron Lennon. Drop the shoulder, take man down the line and that. Fucking hell, bro. And I mean, man, we're talking about world class because he scored 30 goals. Get the fuck out of here. Do you know what I mean? The guy
I was willing to wait for
bang
like
average,
Poch's system with him, and I still am to a point,
bang average
but
player. Like, and now
not
he's
even
lost a
looking
bit of
good the
pace.
first 2 games.
He's
The guy
lost half
came
a
in and
yard.
said, like, we haven't been worked hard. I haven't been worked harder in my career like I have been under Poch. We're going to be the fittest team in the league. And the guy's still walking around. Still can't beat a man. Like, there's been 1 or 2 moments, good moments from him, but when you're one of the veterans and you're one of the most experienced players, and I'm seeing Angelo Gabriel look more impressive than you, I'm seeing Mudryk look more impressive than you, Ian Maatson, who's not even a winger, looks more impressive. It's not a good look. Like, this is the season where my patience runs out. If he ain't good within the first few games, I don't want to see this guy starting. And I know he'll be gone the season afterwards because he only joined us for minutes. Even though City gave him the 5th highest minutes the season he got sold. So whatever happens with him, I don't really care at this point. We're clearly moving on without him. I feel like we've got better wingers on either side of him, and we're even looking for better players to fill in that position. Seems like it's going to be one of Kudus, Elise, or Ryan Cherky, who comes in as potential 10.
Yeah, if you get Elise, fuck me, bruv. I can't lie, I'm fuming.
I think he's going City. City have the right wing spot open for him, and they're way more attractive than we are.
He's just, bro, he's just another Mahrez, bro. Like, that'd be wavy. I can't even lie. If he goes Man City, it's brazy, but he's got hella options. Hey, listen, you lot, yeah, we got what, nearly 900 of you lot in here. People still coming in. We ain't even got 200 likes. You man are taking the absolute piss, bruv. If you want to support the channel, all you need to do is smash that like button. It's not that hard. Pay your rent, fam.
This Havertz conversion rate, bruv. What are we doing?
Listen, pay your rent, fam. Havertz, bruv, it's up there. You know, like that. You lot pattern it up, man. Man, need at least 500, man. It's a disrespect.
He's a midfielder now. Now it's pass accuracy.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a Werner finish rate, bro. Listen, it's a disrespect, bruv. You man get fucking top quality content every single day, and man can't just click the like button. I don't understand. I don't understand what it is, man. You lot pattern up, man. Pattern the fuck up.
And yeah, I don't know if we get Elise. I think he'll end up being Kudus personally, because Leon seems to be holding on to him. Kudus, versatile. I think he's the best finisher out of the 3 options as well, which, I mean, with the lack of finishing that we've had last season. And again, Nicholas Jackson is going to be there feeding you the ball into brilliant positions. I feel like I would rather prefer somebody of that sort of ilk. So, yeah, bring me in Kudus. Bring me in either one of the 3, to be honest. Like, I'm really not picky. They're all great talents in their own right. I think Elise gives you a little bit more creativity and better dribbling. Kudus gives you a bit more versatility and better ball striking. Cherky kind of gives you physicality, the dribbling, the creativity, not so much the finish, not so much the work rate as well. So I feel like he's the worst out of the 3 options in terms of building into Poch's system. But one of Cherky or one of Kudus or Elise, I'm not complaining. Realistically, though, I feel like it's going to be Kudus. That's the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. But either way, I don't know how you're still being linked with players, blood. I just feel like Chelsea just having bare ins here. And like, where's the fucking
outs? See how many have gone out?
I haven't seen them in it because maybe they just because they haven't been high profile outs in it. Like they're not really clocking.
We're about to get rid of Gallagher for 50 mil.
That's nasty. I don't know how you lot keep doing that, bro. You need to be investigated. 50 million for Gallagher.
Hey, I thought we were going to be stuck with one of the Bermuda Triangle. I would have taken it. Mountain Havertz being gone, like I'm already signed out from that point. But you want to take Gallagher too? Cool. I think we're about to get a bidding war for him if we hold this out for a week or 2. Spurs will come in once they sort out their defense. West Ham have already had a 45 million pound bid rejected, and Chelsea want 50, which I get. Everton literally offered 45 million in January. Hold out for the 50. You might as well. I feel like we would get it. So, and if the worst comes to worst, we don't get a bid for him. Fine. The guy's not got a massive ego or anything. The guy's not a toxic cancer to my club like Mount and Havertz were. He's just not a good football player. Whatever. Just sit on the bench for a season. I don't really care.
This is it. So what, they're going to replace Declan Rice with Gallagher by the looks of it?
That's and McTominay, I think.
Fuck. Oh man,
Which is
that's
like,
amazing if they get McTominay. What a brother, amazing. You
they
know
are
like that.
not winning Europa. They are not winning
Listen,
Europa.
God bless David Moyes. You know like that. If that's what he's doing,
Yeah,
he's doing
Irons.
God's work,
Up the
blood.
irons.
He's doing God's work. If he's gonna go and get them two scumbags in as a double pivot, listen, I'm all here for it. That's sensational, bro. Man wants Maguire as well. Man wants Harry Maguire as well, bro. He wants a proper
I
English
can't lie, this
core, innit?
guy's talent ID stinks.
British Bulldog core, bro. That's what he wants. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
On
If you're
my
gonna
club.
give me money
Hey,
for
those
McTom,
Maguire
and
to Chelsea links died. They died real quick, by the way.
they did, but hey, there's still hope though. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you ain't out the woods yet, my bro. You know what I mean? You are not out the woods yet, bruv. It could still run. You know,
Well, they
like
are
that.
still saying Chalobah is viewed as a sellable asset, which is like,
Yeah,
we
bro,
have four
listen, the
centre
Maguire
backs.
thing,
What are you talking about?
you're
Sellable
not out
asset.
the woods yet, bro. I'm telling you, you're not out the woods yet, blood. Until
Hey, I hope
Maguire,
you're freed from Maguire ball and everything, but not to my club. Not
hey,
to
bro,
my
you
club.
never know, fam. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the closer that it gets to the end of the window, the more chance it could happen, bro. I'm telling you.
Or Maguire out or Maguire to Chelsea.
No, Maguire to Chelsea, bro. Like, listen, until he goes somewhere else, then boy, like he could end up at Chelsea, bro. Because you lot still haven't addressed that position, and I believe that's a position you are going to address. So,
What, you think we're actually going to go for a centre back?
why not?
We got four centre backs. We don't need one.
All right, cool. So,
Like, if we get another injury,
Lewis trying to convince himself, you know, the way he said that, bro. Bro, are you sure?
Four centre backs, and we've got one game a week. Like, ideally, I agree. I would prefer
including
5.
Colwell, yeah.
Yeah, Colwell ain't going nowhere.
I know that, but I'm saying including Colwell.
Yeah, so Colwell, Thiago Silva, Badiashile, and Chalobah. I'm fine with that for the season. Like, yeah, like if we had Europe, then yeah, we need one more. I agree, we need 5.
Badiashile.
What?
Is he not injured?
He'll be back by the start of the season. So you go into the season with 3 centre backs, but again, it's like 2 starts, 1 off the bench. You play 1 game a week. That's fine. There's no real issue. The only one that is kind of a bit worrying in terms of his injury record is Badiashile. Chalobah, I've got no worries about. Silva, no worries about. And yeah, Colwell, no worries about too.
See, man, saying 5 centre backs, 2 are injury prone. I don't know.
Oh yeah, 5 with
Fofana, yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of just cancelled him out because he ain't back till about April, May. That we ain't gonna see that guy this season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't know, bro. It's a sticky one still. I'll be honest.
Even if that doesn't work, we could go to a back 3, and then you can utilize the likes of Reece James and Cucurella as left and right centre backs. So guys, we do not need a centre back, let alone that fucking fridge. He's not coming. We do not pause. He's not coming to my football club. He's not coming to my football club.
Hey, Lewis is scared, you know. He's actually scared because he's
thinking. You lot are trying to do the gaslighting thing.
Nah, bro. Nah, because you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. You said how many times you don't need a centre back, and then you're reassuring yourself you don't need a centre back, but slightly you need a centre back.
If we get linked to another one, then I kind of get it, because then it's like, okay, so we are actually looking for a centre back then. But first off, if we're looking for one, the last one we are going for is fucking Maguire. That would go against everything we've done for the last year. Smart moves and everything. And then I see Harry Maguire rock up to Cobham in this trackie. Nope.
Yeah, but if you can get him for 40 million, they might see that as a good deal, bro.
That's a terrible deal.
Not really. We paid 85 for him.
That's an even worse deal.
I don't know, bro.
We ain't Arsenal. We are not Arsenal.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying stranger things have happened, my bro. Stranger things have happened. Do you know what I mean?
They have. I didn't expect to see Havertz at Arsenal, so I will agree with you on that.
I didn't expect to see Mount in the number 7, blood. Do you know what I mean? But here we are. You know what I mean?
Mental. So now Mbappe is looking for another club. And it's like, you wasted the 7 on him.
He's a brazy, blood. You know, like that. Hey, I heard that other men have been putting in bids since the Mbappe bid got accepted. Other people have been putting in bids. And I believe that's the same thing that's going to happen with Harry Kane. I said it yesterday. As soon as Bayern Munich get permission to speak to Kane, Man United is going to come in. Other teams are going to come in. And apparently that's what's happened with Mbappe. But obviously no one else has put up anywhere near the money that I think, is it Al Hilal have put up. That is brazy. The amount of money that they've offered Mbappe, yeah, like is fucking crazy. But one thing I would say is the Saudis just bought golf blood, and they offered, I think, Tiger Woods the same money. Do you know what I mean? So they man have that.
I think PSG need to be investigated for their connections to Saudi Arabia. Personally, same energy as us, please.
Who needs,
same energy as us.
Who needs to be investigated?
PSG need to be investigated for their connections to Saudi Arabia, because this isn't morally correct. This isn't morally correct. Same energy as Chelsea, please. 700 million.
It's a different country,
been able
though.
to do that?
It's a complete different country, though. There's no connection.
What, to the same club? To the same?
They're
clubs
Qatari
that were
owners.
for our players.
They're Qatari owners, though. Qatar and Saudi Arabia is not the same country.
Oh, so I can't even run that. Okay, well now I can't do the shameless thing.
They're not even allies, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? They might even have beef blood. You know them one.
Okay, now I can't run that agenda. Yeah, Mbappe, go for the year. Take your money. Be serious about this whole thing. Yeah, go for it. If they're offering you 1 year, 700 mil, and then go to Real Madrid, it's not even going to impact your development.
Yeah,
take it. Take the deal, man.
I am going to Saudi Arabia, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Is man mad? Like, this is crazy. I'm going to Saudi, yeah, and I'm going out and I'm doing a press conference and I'm saying to guys, listen, yeah, 700 million was understood, does not need to be explained. And I'm dropping the mic and I'm walking off, bro. Is man mad? There's nothing to, bro. There is nothing to communicate, blood. You know, like that.
That hasn't already been a here we go. Like, that's ridiculous money.
Bro, send me the gold pen, I'm signing that. You know, like that. Like, bro, there's no way. Like, fuck football for a second. You know, like that. Because, like they say, there's certain things that are more important than football. And one of those things is generational wealth, blood. Give me my money, blood. You know, like that. And the fact that Mbappe is going to turn this down, guys, this is exactly what I'm telling you, yeah? You see, when you're a multi-millionaire, it gets to the point where no one can offer you any more money. This is the point. No one can offer you any more money, because the thing is with money, once you've got a certain amount of money, yeah, money don't impress you. Money only impresses people that don't have money. That's it. That's it, bro. Because at the end of the day, yeah, if you're Kylian Mbappe, yeah, and there's nothing on this planet that you can't afford right now, because there's nothing he can't afford. There's nothing he can't afford. If the brother wants to buy a football club, I'm sure he can buy a football club. Even if he doesn't want to buy it, cash, he can get a loan to buy a football club, because he will have the deposit, bruv. You know, like that. There's no amount of money that he can't borrow. The guy is a multi-millionaire, bro. He's got assets. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got all these other things, all his endorsements. That bro don't spend his PSG wages. Like, the guy is one of the faces of football across the globe. There's no holiday. There's no private jet he can't book. There's no nothing that he can't do. So as much as 700 million sounds sexy to us, yeah, to him, it's like, well, I've already got money, so you're going to give me more money. He's already got money that he can't spend. You know, like that. And the thing is, you see, when you're like him, what people don't realize is that the more money you have, and the more, not even the money, the more famous you are, yeah, the less money you need, because you don't pay for anything. You don't pay. That's the thing.
This is more than generational wealth. This is wealth for centuries.
Yeah, this is
like, people talk about feeding your family and your family's family and your family's family with a job that with the money you earn in football. This is beyond that. So we're talking about 10, 15 generations down the line. They're still living off that money.
That's it.
And Mbappe's brand, that's just for 1 year. What do you
Mbappe's brand is probably worth more than 700 million. Do you know what I mean? Because if you think that, I think CR7 was the first footballer to make $1 billion, I think $1 billion net. Do you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't just football money. And that wasn't football money. That was endorsements, all them things. CR7 has been the most marketable footballer probably since David Beckham. Do you know what I'm saying? David Beckham was in a different era. If David Beckham was in this era, Beckham would have cleaned the fuck up. You know, like that. And that's just what it is. So, like, David Beckham kind of started it. And CR7 picked up the baton and ran with it. $2 billion. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. 2 billion CR7. So if you think about that, Mbappe is a lot more marketable than even CR7 is. When you look at marketability, do you know what I'm saying? I think he's half North African, half black. Do you know what I mean? Like the face of Nike now, bro. He's got everyone. Like, it's mad. Like, when you deep it, like, when you deep what Mbappe is, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I said, he's like the Drake of football blood. You know what I mean? He appeals to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you look at Mbappe right now, the fact that he could turn down 700 M's, he's got another 700 M's.
Maybe he just thinks he can get more.
But he can, because the thing is, when he's looking at the deal, when he goes to Real Madrid, yeah, when he goes to Real Madrid, it's one of them ones where he'll negotiate probably an image right mad thing, and then on top of that, he'll get bare endorsements that he probably wouldn't get playing for Al Hilal, innit? Because it's like no one's gonna watch that league. So there's probably a lot of things that he can put in place to kind of counterbalance the fact that maybe he's not going to get the money up front, but maybe he's going to get this endorsement, that endorsement.
But him joining also means that more people would watch too.
They would watch, but
maybe just not to the same extent.
Think about it, yeah. Think about it. Even though more people would watch, if I'm a brand and I'm paying Mbappe, I want him to be playing in one of Europe's top leagues. I don't want him to be playing in Saudi, because there's going to be less eyes on it by default. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. It's all about product placement. You want your product in the right place. Ideally, it's the Premier League, but if it can't be the Premier League, it has to be La Liga, and it has to be Real Madrid, one of the most supported teams in the world. Like, is that? So I understand why he wouldn't go, but I just think that it's very, very, very interesting the way that everything's going. And like someone said, no one watches the French league. No one watches the French league, and I think that because no one watches the French league, that has probably hurt Mbappe. And it hurt brand Neymar as well, because the disrespect that Neymar's got throughout his career, when you compare his numbers to CR7's and that, Neymar's numbers are fake, you know. But it's like Neymar don't get the respect he deserves. Yeah, a lot of it is in other stuff that we don't need to touch on. Yeah, but also the fact that he played in France, and that's just what it is. Because think about it. Do you know what I'm saying? When you see the stats after 700 games, Neymar's stats are better than CR7's. But the problem is, he's not, but goals and assists.
Not in a league that's as respected.
But he's not in a league that's respected, bro. And when you're not in a league that's respected, it doesn't matter what you do. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So exactly. And look, someone said it's probably hurt Mbappe that Haaland won the Champions League before him as well, and the treble. Bro, these men are competitive. It's the new rivalry now.
And also the fact that treble would also low-key mean more than, let's say, you win the French league, the French Cup, and the Champions League, just because how prestigious those trophies are.
100%. Man said, according to the players' camp, when Mbappe was available, Madrid offered him 130 million signing on bonus and 26 million after tax and 100% of his image rights. Fucking hell. See, this is how they get him. It's the image rights. It's the image rights, bro. So Mbappe's looking at it.
Saudi were offering the same thing as well, I think. I think he was going to get all of his image rights too.
Bruv, that image rights thing is a game changer, though. That's Mbappe getting the big bag, bro. Mbappe is about to get that 700 M's anyway. You know what I mean? 1 second, bro. Coming back.
Yeah, no worries. All right, guys, keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button, subscribing, all of that. What are the comments saying? What are the comments saying? Carefree Lewis G takeover. Let's go. Top 3 leagues, not 5. Guess he's talking about English. Spanish and the German league. Is it the German league? I don't know. I've got 1K watching in here already. That's ridiculous. You, man, what are the likes saying? What are the likes saying? I haven't even liked the stream, so I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite. Let me go and sort that quick. 382 likes. That is dead. Let's get to 500 likes before Rants comes back. Let's get to 500 likes. I know there's enough of you, man, in here that you can press the like button and get us over there. Lewis, you see Mount balling out. Give him credit. Didn't you have 19 touches in your last game? Is that balling out? I mean, he played better than Havertz, I guess. Do you guys want that as praise? Well, as long as you keep him off the ball, good. You might have something out of him. To make sure he has as little touch to the ball as possible.
Who's that?
Mount. They were like, Mount's balled out the last few games. Give him credit. I was like, you got 19 touches.
He hasn't balled out. He hasn't balled out, but he's done what we brought him in to do. Unfortunately, like the manager's made it very, very clear that he wants to be the most deadly transition team in the world, and he wants to play off the ball, and that's what a lot of Mount's attributes are. The same with Bruno. To be fair, they've got off the ball attributes. So, like, it just is what it is. I don't think that Mount's balled out, but I think that he has done what the manager wants him to do in it. Like that's just how it is. Like this guy, bro, Gunners Power of London. He's just been in here talking the most shit, bro. Bruv, I see you in it.
At least Havertz ain't even giving you that.
Bruv, I'll be real, yeah. Like, we slapped you silly the other day, innit? Like, you man need to have some humility, bro. Like, I don't understand. Bruv, Arsenal fans have got no humility, none whatsoever. Like, you literally...
I would not be talking about other people's midfielders.
You know like that, bruv? You bottled top 4 the year before. You bottled the title last season, bro. And right now, yeah, you spent, like, bruv, you got, what, a £200 million midfield of Odegaard, Rice, and fucking Havertz, and we slapped you silly with an 18-year-old, bruv, in there. Like, you man need to simmer down, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Bare ego, bare chest for no reason, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That you lot need to chill the fuck out, honestly. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with you. Like,
I've been saying Mount over Havertz. That was a much better decision out of the two. Both are questionable, but you didn't get scammed nearly as much as Arsenal did. You got some guy who at least can give you some sort of qualities. I doubt his consistency and all of that. But off the ball, no questions. No questions about his ability off the ball.
Yeah, and everyone knew that, though.
Go for it.
100%. Do you know what I mean? And this is what it is, yeah. And yeah, man, bro, I've been happy. I've been happy with preseason, you know. I've been very happy. Still yet to concede a goal.
Yeah, actually, that's mad.
Yeah, the rumors of Jadon Sancho as well, like, bro, should big up the manager for playing Sancho in the false 9, bro. I can't lie, bro. Like, the number 10, I knew that Sancho could play there, innit? And he kind of sees himself as a 10. But the false 9 thing, I never thought it would slap like that, bro. And hey, I can't lie, it's hitting right now. I can't lie, it's hitting. He got his goal, his link-up play is good. He seems a lot more enthusiastic, mobile, he's pressing well. Like, bro, it's... Hey, bro, like, I don't know, man. It's so good to see, man. It's so good to see. And especially if...
So what, false 9's going to be his thing now, then?
It looks like it. Like, from the reports are saying that the manager knew he could play there and he hasn't disappointed the manager. So I think that... And also, we think about it, Højlund's young, bro. Like, and he needs to settle into the Premier League. I said it. Like, even when he comes in, I said, even if we sign Højlund, we need another striker, innit? Because we can't just bring him in and just expect him to play every game and whatever. But it looks like he's going to alternate between him and Sancho. And I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, loads of rumors were like, oh, the manager's not happy with Sancho. Bro, what a load of bollocks, bro. The fact that the manager's actively looked for another position to play him in shows that he rates him as a player. And he understands that he needs to get the best out of him. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's good news for me. You know what I'm saying? It's good news for me that the manager sees the quality of Sancho and he's going to persevere with him because he's a top player. And also, Sancho so far in preseason has shown that that's a position that he can make his own, innit? So I'm trying to see how he does against Real Madrid now. I think we're going to beat Real Madrid as well. You know what I'm saying? I think we're further ahead in our preseason than Real Madrid. So I don't think there's much to take from the game, but I think we'll beat them as well.
Regardless of it being preseason and everything, beating Real Madrid will be good for confidence.
100%.
And I weren't expecting Jadon Sancho and a false 9 to work. So if that even does well for you at the start of the season, you might not even need a striker like that.
That's what I mean. We get Højlund in, and then him and Højlund are going to rotate. You know what I mean? Which is amazing.
Yeah, you are looking a bit worrying. If you get that DM sorted as well, then...
Yeah, we get Amrabat as well, then I think we're on it, bro. I'll be honest, like,
that top 4 race is going to be sticky this season.
It's going to be sticky, man. They're saying that Liverpool are speaking to Lavia, and if that's the case, yeah, then I put Liverpool above Arsenal next season if they get Lavia. Like, so, bro,
we need to pattern this midfield up quick.
Liverpool got the scariest attack in the league, scariest, you know, like that. So it's one of them ones where,
even on the City.
Mad. Pardon? Yeah.
Even over City.
Yeah, City's attack are not scary like Liverpool's. When I say scary, I mean just from a goal standpoint, not an ability standpoint. Just from like goals. Like when you look at Salah, you look at Diaz, when you look at Nunes, when you look at Jota, and I've missed someone out, haven't I? And also the Dutch, what's his name? Gakpo, bro. All 5 of these man, yeah, can score 10 to 15 goals minimum. That's nasty, you know. That's nasty. When you deep it, bruv, like they just got goals like coming out their ears, their eyes, their nose, everything. Like it's mad, isn't it? That's frightening. And the thing is, even if they don't defend well, yeah, they can win games 4-2, bruv. Like it's not a problem, innit? They got real firepower. So Liverpool are frightening. If they shore up the midfield, then they're crazy. And they play a similar style to us. Well, we play a similar style to them because they were playing it first, innit, in terms of that high press front foot football. And if that's the point, then bro, they're gonna be stylistically, they're always a problem for City. There'll be a problem for Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just styles, isn't it? And us versus Liverpool is going to be exciting as well because it's going to be 2 teams that are going to just press relentlessly, and it's going to be like a basketball game. So I think second and third is going to be us and Liverpool. I really do, bruv. I really do. I don't know what order in though. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that yeah, it's going to be peak, fam. I think it's going to be very, very peak. I'd love to finish second. I'd love to finish above all of our rivals. I'd love it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I still think we've got a lot to do. But I think Liverpool, if they hit the ground running, I think the momentum will just carry them, bro, because they're scary.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know in terms of United finishing second. I don't know. I have to see that over a couple games just to fully judge Man United properly. But Liverpool's midfield on paper, the whole team worries me. Newcastle low-key feel like they might have a bit of a drop-off, but I also think that's
for sure.
The teams above them are going to look better.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm just thinking about it from a Chelsea perspective. If we need to pattern the team up just so we can actually use 1 game a week to our advantage properly. Right now,
that's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you dangerous, bro.
But not without the reinforcements. Like that midfield's still getting run through even with 1 game a week.
Yeah. You might be
right now. It's just Enzo, and there's no one else that I could really like. If I'm thinking consistency, I'm thinking Santos and Caicedo. You just don't have the experience to be playing week in and week out of the league just yet. Like, no, and Cuckoo comes in as the 10. To be fair, all we need is an 8, and our starting midfield is sorted. But time is ticking. Like we've been in the same position with the Caicedo transfer that we were in 2 months ago, and that's not good. That's not good. So they need to get somebody patterned up.
No, you know, but bro, based on what you've been doing, you will do it. You will do it, man. And people saying Liverpool are dead defensively. Listen, I do understand that. There is 5 spots available. We're used to saying top 4, but it's a top 5 this year.
So is it 5 spots in general or based on the coefficient of that
based
club?
on the coefficient this season because City won the Champions League. So we get an extra spot. Because City automatically are in it because
so it's already locked in 5 spots.
Yeah, so it's 5. I think.
Okay.
We get an extra spot in it. I believe
that's a bit more relieving. All right, we might still make
5. So you lot can. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can, innit? But it's one of them ones where
there'll be a 4-4-5 thing. All right, cool.
Yeah, but the one thing about Man United, bro, like defensively. Last season we were good, and we're going to be better this season defensively, especially if we get Amrabat in there as well. In the big games, if we can play Amrabat and Casemiro, forget it, innit? Access denied, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. So when I'm looking at Manchester United, defensively is what gives me a lot of gives me a lot of hope. I think, especially in cup competitions, I think we're definitely a cup team this season in terms of like I think we're winning a cup this season because of our defense, innit? However, the league is going to be about us opening up and scoring goals. Like we definitely need to see what Højlund does, and then that will determine what we do.
Another season from Rashford like last season.
Exactly. Too. That will determine what we do in the league. Yeah. How many goals we can score as a team. But cup-wise, I think that we're going to do well in all the cups. Like we did last season. Like what? We got to 2 cup finals. 2 cup finals and...
We can't do worse than last time. or knocked out the third
Was
round
it
in
a
both.
semi-final or did we get to a quarter-final or a semi-final? I don't remember.
The Europa, I think he made quarters and he made
Yeah.
both finals.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. So we made 2 finals and a quarterfinals in the cup competitions. And when you've got a good defense like that, you tend to do well in cup competitions, innit? Now we need to score goals, and that's going to help us in the league, innit? I think Liverpool have the goals to do well in the league. Whether they have the defense to do well in the cups, that's a different ball game. But in terms of the league, I think Liverpool are going to do well, bruv. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to do well. So that's just what it is.
They've recruited really well. All they really needed to do was reinforce the midfield, and they've done that. I think they've replaced Firmino well. Next season, I think they're the team that gets closest to City. I've been saying that.
It's bruv, I think it's a safe bet. I think it's a very safe bet, man, because they've got the firepower. Their manager almost has the kryptonite for them, bro. Like the way they play is horrible for Man City. Do you know what I'm saying? And we kind of saw a sneak preview of that when we played against Arsenal, to be honest, because it's almost like Arteta's always trying to do the Bandulu Pep thing, innit? Like, and we never let Arsenal play out. We absolutely smothered them, man. Like, and they struggled against us. And that was pretty much
the worst players and the worst manager, but that's what you do when you try to be a wish Man City.
That's what it is. I just think stylistically, Liverpool are bad for Man City, and stylistically, we're bad for Arsenal, which is great, isn't it? So I think it's going to make for a good Premier League season. You lot smash up the like buttons.
Run it
Let's
up.
get us to 600, man. Do you know what I mean? I said United conceded 33% of their goals in 3 games. That's what I'm saying. Like, we had a few embarrassing results, but other than that, consistently we did well. We just need to improve on the other end of the pitch. And
that would have been City, Liverpool, and Brentford.
Brentford 4-0.
Yeah, I'm thinking your 3 biggest losses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely slapped, man. So it's one of them ones where I'm comfortable, you know. Like I'm comfortable with what the manager's doing right now. Obviously, everyone knows it's not my first choice in terms of style of play, but you know what, bro? I'll hold that. If we're gonna be going out here and really pressuring teams here, and we have a distinct style of play, because certain times last season, my main issue was that we never had a style of play in it, and I never knew what Man United was going to turn up. If I know that every single game I'm getting a relentless pressing Manchester United that are gonna be aggressive and bro, I can get behind that, bro. Do you know what I mean? I can, but what I can't get behind.
That's a sign of a good manager as well.
100%.
Like the stuff that you don't agree with, and he's got you on board with it.
That's it. So I can't complain if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna do it, let's do it to the best of our ability. And so far, the manager has shown me that he deserves patience. He does deserve it. Do you know what I mean? He deserves 100% patience. And yeah, bro, like he's got mine. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got mine, bro. And Sofiane Amrabat, like there's rumors that he's turned down the opportunity to go to Liverpool, to go to Manchester United, which doesn't surprise me. It seems like the manager seems to always get the players he wants by the looks of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously he's had a conversation with him and he's decided he wants to come to Man United. 25 million euros. That could be, along with Jackson, bargain of the window if we pull that off. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, bruv, it's like Amrabat, obviously people know who he is, but it's one of them things where I don't think anyone looked at him and said, "Oh, Man United player." Do you know what I'm saying? How much was Timber? Someone said Timber ? How much did Timber cost? Did he cost like 40 million or something like that? How much did he cost, guys? In the chat?
34 mil.
34 mil. What, sterling, yeah? So 40 million euros.
So. Yeah, pounds.
Oh, 40 million pounds or euros? 35 million
34 million pounds.
Okay, 34 million pounds, nearly 40 million euros. That's not a big above. Amrabat's gonna be 25 million euros, guys. So that's a bigger bargain for sure. Do you know what I mean?
You actually got cheap money from an Italian club. What the fuck?
It's because he really wants to go. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is,
I ain't stopped them before.
I know, but he really wants to go, innit? So
that's what's really surprised me. Like, I just deep that you pulled what 35 million out of Syria.
Yeah, they're saying 19 million base fee with add-ons, and if we do that, It's great business, man. Do you know what I mean? It's great business. I'll be real. So I think that's beautiful, man. I think that's
Yeah, you know
beautiful.
what? Fair play.
And it
Fair play.
also means, yeah, that when inevitably Casemiro is not available when he gets suspended, we've still got someone else that can be in there, so we don't really die in it. And that's the most important thing, man. I think for us this season, it's all about balance. That's what it is. As Man United fans, we've all complained how unbalanced our squad has been. It's always felt like our squad is a squad full of 4 or 5 different managers' players, isn't it? If we start to make sure that we've got more than one player of the same profile in each position, that's going to help us. That's going to help us. That's going to stop the drop off. Do you know what I mean? So, nah, man, I think Amrabat's a great signing. I think Højlund will come in and he'll be a rotational player. And I think that Sancho will probably start false 9 for us and Højlund will rotate in and out. Do you know what I mean?
Even with the price tag he'll be coming in for?
Yeah, because he's young, bro. You know what it is? Remember, Ten Hag had Casemiro on the bench when Casemiro came in. Like, I don't think the manager cares about price tag. I think the manager likes to protect players, innit? And I think he'll protect him. He's not gonna bring him in, yeah, and say he's not gonna cost 90 million for 1 year, and 2 year. The manager's not gonna bring him in and say, all right, cool, you're starting every week. He's not gonna do that. If he didn't do that with Casemiro, he's not going to do that with Højlund. What he'll do is, yeah, he'll bring Højlund in, he'll introduce him in, whatever, and then when he gets a bit of momentum, he'll leave him in. That's what he'll do. But he's not going to bring him in and just throw him straight in and just say, all right, cool. Because that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? We've done that with Memphis. It doesn't work. Like, you don't bring players in, slap the number 7 on their back here, and then just throw them in, bro. Do you know what I mean? The same way with Mudryk as well. Bro, look at how much you lot spent on Mudryk. You didn't just throw him in and say, all right, cool, you're playing every week now. Like, you can't do that with young players. You cannot do that.
Yeah, but I would say with Mudryk, it was more we had to get him back to full fitness afterwards because he didn't play the World Cup and the I think the Shakhtar League had ended in November. So he had a couple months with no game time, no sharpness, no nothing. But I get what you're saying. That's a smart move for him anyway. I just didn't know if you guys would initially do that with the amount you're spending on him.
No. I think he's going to cost probably about 60, 65 million. That's how much we're going to end up paying for him, innit? And it's one of them ones where we'll ease him.
They said 80 euros, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. We're going to ease him in, bruv. We'll ease him in. So it'll be fine, innit? And also, because we've got the goals of Rashford, like the wide players and stuff like that, I think they're going to benefit from having someone like Sancho that's not an out-and-out striker. So once Højlund does come in, it'll be interesting to see how Rashford links up with him, because when we tend to have an out-and-out striker, Rashford seems to score less goals. So that's another conundrum that the manager's going to have to try and navigate around. Do you see what I'm saying? We don't have that issue with Bruno anymore because Bruno's playing a bit deeper now. So because of that, we don't.
Well, how is he in terms of link-up play though? Because I swear he only got 10 goals last season.
Who, Bruno or Højlund?
No. Højlund.
Højlund's link-up play is actually really good, but when he's in the box, he's very much a head-down finisher. Swivel, get shots off, bro. That's what he's on, innit? That's 100% what he's on. Like, he can link, but in the box, he's greedy. That's what I like about him.
As long as he's able to, and he can do it.
His link-up play is very good. Do you know what I mean? I think his all-round link-up, like loads of people comparing him with Erling, yeah, because they're both Scandinavian. But the thing is, Højlund's link-up play is better in terms of how he uses his body and how he brings people in. But in the box, he's very much head-down finisher, innit? So it's going to be important to see how he links up with the other players, man. I think that we're not going to rush him, bro. I think we're gonna blood him in. Like, even at his previous club, yeah, he wasn't nailed on to start every single week, and he's not going to be the same like that at Man United. I think that the pressure is going to come maybe from outside, but the pressure is not going to come from inside the club. I don't believe our manager is going to put pressure on him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, that's the right move for him at least, because I feel like it makes more sense for Rashford to be your focal point in terms of getting goals.
Yeah, I think he still will be
showing it at least.
I think he still will be. Do you know what I mean? And he got the new contract as well. So I don't know. I think he'll be all right, bruv. Do you know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
I didn't know too much about Højlund. Again, I was just thinking Erling Haaland because Scandinavia.
Until I went out of my way to try and see what he was on, I didn't know much about him either. Do you know what I'm saying? To
So
be
if he's got the link up play, cool. Then that makes a lot of sense.
Fundamentals are there. It's the same with Nicholas Jackson. I didn't know too much about him, but when you lot got linked with him, I started to try and look at how he played, and the fundamentals are there, innit? And that's just what it is. The fundamentals are there. Like Jackson's link up play is nuts. So it's one of them things. Even if he's not scoring, you know what he's gonna get. You know like that. You know,
as long as we get our midfield sorted, we're both going to be eating good this season.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think that we're gonna surprise some teams. I'd even say that they've probably surprised me. You know, like that. Like they've surprised me.
Because your first transfer was Mount, and like the things are looking different at that point.
Yeah, they've surprised me. But to be fair to the manager, the manager looks like the manager did what he needed to do to get through the first season, and now you can see the distinct change in style in this preseason compared to how we played last season. So, bro, like I can actually see what the manager's doing now. My biggest criticism of him at one point, even though I've always backed him, my biggest criticism was I can't see what he's trying to do. Now I can see it, so I'm happy. You know, like that. I can see it now. Like he's come out and he's fundamentally said, listen, we're playing transition football. That's what we want to play. Do you know what I'm saying? So because of that, cool. I'm on the transition train. I'm there, bruv. Let's do it. But let's score some fucking goals.
Gotta see where it goes out first before you make the final judgment on it. Yeah.
100%.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, this is going to get done. It's already felt like Amrabat to United is going to happen anyway. Yeah. Too many links.
But this is what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? This is what I want to see. Amrabat, hey, big signing. Can't even lie. Do you know what I mean? Hold tight Arsenal as well, bruv. Because, you know what I mean? Amrabat snuffed Declan once and he'll do it again, bruv. You know like that? I'll have to get my young G Cobby on you lot. You know what I'm saying? You man getting fist up by 18-year-olds and that. Man said, what's happening to Caicedo, Lewis Brighton, and mocking you lot on Twitter. What's going on Twitter?
All they're doing is just putting a bunch of tweets on their main profile about Caicedo in training. If Moises is smiling, we're all smiling. Whatever, man. I don't care.
Would you make of the Vivell stuff? It's more of what too many chefs, too many chefs in the kitchen.
That's it, really. And he really wanted Nagelsmann in the job, so I think things fell out after that point too. But I don't really care. The guy was here for a year, didn't really do too much. Most of our signings were pushed by either Bowley, Igbali, Joe Shields, or Paul Winstanley. I think Vivell was mainly behind João Felix joining. I know he had a big part in Graham Potter being sacked too, but the final call came from Igbali and Bowley on that one as well. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. People are trying to run this, Chelsea are just a chaotic club and everything. And I get it with the last year that we've had on the pitch, but off the pitch, we've been doing our job in terms of the window. Look at the clear out that we've just had. I'm not fussed about Vivell leaving. He's probably just going to go wherever Nagelsmann is and whatever. You were here for like the best part of a year, if that.
You know what it is? I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's the opposite with Chelsea. From my observation, I think that you guys are just being very decisive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not working out, piss off. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know, people will look at it and say, oh, yeah, it's a bit chaotic. I don't think it is. I think that you've gone about your business well. I think that you've identified your targets and you've gone after them and you're doing your thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's just because we've been clearing out experienced veterans that won Chelsea the Champions League because the UCL is still being used as an excuse now. And we're getting rid of all of that experience and everything when we kind of needed to anyway. The only two players I've been annoyed about seeing go is Kante. That's about it. The rest, like, is what it is. You've had to go anyway. But people will keep using that as an excuse. That's going to be the next thing for Ben Chilwell. Because I haven't even been cussing him out. I've just said he's not been as good over the last 18 months as people have made him out to be. That people act like he's our undisputed left back. I think that left back spot is just open for anybody who wants to take it. Because if anyone stood out and deserves it, it's Lewis Hall. He's been the only consistent left back over the last year. Cucurella's been poor off the field issues. Chilwell's been poor. off the field issues. Both deserve another chance, but I don't know why people are saying we need to sell Cucurella. He's crap. But then when it's Chilwell, no, give Chilwell another chance. I don't get it. I don't get it.
When you lot signed Chilwell, I was laughing. I thought that you overpaid for him and that. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them ones where he's a decent player, but he's nothing above decent. Do you know what I mean? So I definitely think that as Pochettino starts to settle, then boy, it's one of them.
He's great going forwards. I feel like his crossing's a little bit inconsistent, but he's great at ball carrying. He can drive the ball forward and that to an excellent level. Everything else,
I think he's a Pochettino style fullback in terms of he likes to get up and down, but I seriously have doubts about him going the other way, innit?
Yeah, me as well. That's my problem. He goes too far forward and he can't get back quickly enough. But then everybody just hypes up his crossing and his attacking stats. It's like, great, but my left back needs to be able to defend first. And like, he ain't that guy. We will see what happens this season. Like, I'm not screaming sell Chilwell. I'm not saying it's like, again, Mount or Kai where he overplays and all of that. He got given the same amount of opportunities as Cucurella did. And he had 2 big injuries as well. So give him another season, but I don't understand people thinking the left-back position is just sold. Right now, Lewis Hall is my starter still. Cucurella's had good phases. Chilwell's had good phases. Maatsen looked good, but further forward up the pitch. He's been playing left wing. So, yeah, I want to see what happens in that position, but I don't want Chilwell as an undisputed number 1 until his performances show me that, because last season, I don't understand the narrative that Cucurella was awful all the season, but Chilwell was amazing, and when he was bad, it was because of injuries. It's like Cucurella had tonsillitis, lost a fuck ton of weight, and other off-the-field issues that still haven't been explained yet. But it's been reported he's had hella off-the-field issues, which would fuck with anybody's progress. So give them both an equal opportunity. Stop doing this whole Chilwell is better than Cucurella. Cucurella is better than Chilwell. To me, Lewis Hall is better than both of them. See who's better next season. And then just run it by them. But I see people already are starting to have these mad Chilwell agendas, and I don't get it. Are we going to use the UCL to back another player when we were in the exact same position 12 months ago? I don't understand that. Like, yeah, he does get treated hard. People booed Cucurella coming off the pitch to cheer Chilwell coming on as his replacement. I was like, this is like for like. What are we doing? Ben Chilwell's won the European Cup. Oh, of course. Whatever, man. But then when it's Chilwell, boo!
Bro, tribalism killing football, though, innit? It is. It's nonsense. When you got fan bases, when you've honestly got fan bases booing their own players to cheer another one, it's like, bruv, they're teammates. They're probably friends. Like, what are you doing? This is weird, innit? You know, like that. It's weird, man, but I don't know. That's the world we live in right now. But I think once Poch gets you settled, I think that you're going to be good in it. Like, it's one of them ones where he organizes his teams very well, and Poch is a manager that players want to play for. That's one thing. Like, his man management is massively underrated, in it. Like everyone wants to play for Pochettino, bro. He builds that kind of atmosphere in the changing room, and that goes under the radar. So I think that Chelsea will be outsiders for the 5th spot. They'll be outsiders for the 5th spot. Whether they get it or not will depend on, I think it will depend on how everyone else does as well. But I don't know, man. Personally, I think Chelsea are going in the right direction, man. So I don't know. You can't.
I've got no worries with Poch. It's just the midfield. Pattern up the midfield and we're good.
100%. Are you lot? Big up everyone watching the show. We're 5 likes away from 600. 4 likes. Let's get the minimum 600 for the stream, man. Big up everyone inside. Lewis, what you got coming up, bro? Rest of the day.
Yeah, we're going to be live in an hour talking about all the latest Chelsea transfer news, so stay tuned for that. And then we're live with Saeed at 5:30. So yeah, big up everybody. We'll see you in an hour. It's been great to be on again.
Come on, people. So, yo, big up everyone inside. Keep an eye on the schedule as well. Keep an eye on the Instagram. For the schedule for the rest of the day. Might have another show this evening. Just waiting for confirmation. Dave's on the booking. So big up everyone inside, and we'll catch you in a bit.